Browsers are often a popular target for hackers, because compromising one means you can launch a phishing attack or even get a webcam image from the target. We'll teach you how to hack browsers with beef on this episode of Cyber Weapons Lab. People use browsers for all kinds of things, and in general, we trust a lot of personal information to them. Now, browsers are a perfect attack surface for a hacker because a victim might not even know they're infected and feed you all the information you could possibly want. Now, in order to do this, you first need to trick the target into clicking a link. And to generate this, you can use a default Kali Linux tool called beef. Now, there are a lot of pre-installed Kali Linux tools, but beef is by far one of the most interesting. It can generate a link that's able to track the target and even run modules to both escalate permission and gather more information about the person behind the computer. Now, this even includes being able to scan behind the network that the person's on, which is pretty impressive when combined with the fact that you can take pictures from the webcam, see what they're typing, and launch phishing pages to try to get credentials. Now, in order to use beef, I recommend you have Kali Linux installed, because trying to install it otherwise on a different system I haven't tested and it may or may not work. If you have any questions about the way that you need to install beef, you can check out the Null Byte article linked in the description. Once you have a fully updated Kali Linux system, then you can begin. Now, the first and most important question to ask yourself before getting started hacking browsers is, where's the beef? First, we need to make sure we have it installed. So let's go ahead and check by typing apt install beef. This should install all the necessary dependencies, and as you can see, although it's installed by default in Kali Linux, there are still a couple things that can be installed. Once you're finished installing beef, you can go to Applications, click on System Services, and you should see Beef Start right here. Now, once you click on that, you should see the following window. Now, before we get started with using beef, we're gonna wanna know what's cooking by switching over to the GitHub Wiki article and see exactly what's going on with the modules that we can use. Now, here we can see that there's a number of different things we can load, including social engineering, network discovery, Metasploit, tunneling, cross-site scripting, persistence, and geolocation. Now, we're gonna focus on social engineering and network discovery for now. And this will give us the ability to do things like pop up a phishing page and try to get passwords, or even attempt to do some networking and figure out what exactly is behind the firewall that otherwise we wouldn't be able to see. This could include IP addresses, the configuration of other browsers that are vulnerable, and a lot of other information that's useful for a hacker. Now, here you can see a couple examples of the asking for credentials modules, which basically just pops up and tries to look like a Facebook page or something else asking for you to log in. This is really cool because it features a number of different pre-existing phishing pages, including Adobe and also, as we're going to try today, Gmail. So we're going to go ahead and start this in a Firefox window. And we're going to be attacking a Chrome window, which I pulled up here. Now I'm going to go back and we're going to, in our beef control panel, in our Firefox window, first go ahead and go to 127.001.3000/UI/panel, and you'll need to log in with the username beef and the password beef. Once you do, you'll find yourself on this page, and you'll see a list of online browsers as soon as you click on the default demo, which is right here. So I'm going to copy the link location. I'm going to go ahead and point, oh, it's already there, but I'm going to point our target, to this window. And once it loads it, then this should be the window that allows us to do things like type a whole bunch of stuff in here and see if perhaps the attacker is able to see it. Now, over here in our beef window, we can go ahead and click on this particular browser that we've hooked. And you can see this is all under hooked browsers. We have offline ones and online ones. So initially we can see that this is an unknown browser. It has a number of different hits on it, but it says that it looks like Chromium, and we can learn a little bit more because there's also some cookies, and we know it's a Linux laptop. So that's a little bit to go off initially, but let's see what we can learn by going through some of Beef's other modules. So if we click on Commands, we'll load a list of various exploits that we can run. And this includes, of course, everything from social engineering to browser to Chrome extension. Let's take a look at some of the ones that are available. Now, if I were the victim, I would just be on our Chrome page and probably, let's move this a little bit. Let's take a look at what happens. It's right here. And probably just see a couple things popping up that might not initially seem suspicious, but let's go ahead and do a webcam permission here. So we can see this module can be executed with this button. And once we do, on our hooked browser, we should see a pop-up or some sort of thing asking us to let us use the webcam. And actually, because I ran this earlier, I see the webcam's already on, so it looks like it succeeded. So let's go ahead and try something else. Let's go ahead and click on the social engineering tools. From here, we can see a number of different modules, and we're gonna look for the Google phishing one. So go ahead and click here. And then you'll see that this is going to use a Gmail phishing page to attempt to get the login information of the person that we've hooked. So if we press execute, then it should attempt to redirect, and we see that, just like that, the browser that we're controlling has been kicked over to a facsimile of a Gmail login page. Now, to me, this looks a little bit old, but it's still a pretty cool example, so let's go ahead and put in our fake credentials. Oh, it saved it. And we'll sign in. Now you'll notice that when we sign in, it actually redirects us to the actual Google. And what's interesting is if we were already logged in, we probably wouldn't notice a difference because this would basically return us to a logged in version. But if our browser had been hooked and we'd been redirected, then that might make it so that we never even noticed and thought we'd been just momentarily disconnected from our Google account. Now, going back to the sample page, I'm gonna go into the modules, and we're gonna take one last look at the webcam one, and I'm gonna run a different one than I did before and see if we can get it to work. There we go. So if I was the user and I just got a notice that the website's using Adobe Flash and a pop-up asking me to allow it to do so, then I might not know that, hey, this is a threat, especially because I can change what it says right here. If I want it to say, this website needs you to update your computer to comply with security standards or something like that, I could maybe trick the user into clicking OK, but instead of updating their security, it's actually just turning on their webcam. Now, in order to see the results of these modules, I can go into the logs. And here we should see that we were able to, let's see, yep, there's my fake password, and over there is my fake email. So because we were able to grab all this stuff, it means that we were able to actually capture credentials that were being entered into a phishing page that we created, all from the browser. Now, we can also go ahead and look at the network and see a little kind of model of what we've managed to grab a hold of. And this is a kind of showing us that the hooked browser is connected to Beef internally, and there's a firewall between us, but we're still managing to get through because we're connected directly to their browser. Now, because of this, we're able to get around things like their firewall that their router might be hosting and interact directly with the user's browser. Although this can be broken if the user navigates away or if there's other different things like maybe a script blocker that interfere with the ability to execute. Now, a good way to block this, of course, is to install an extension that blocks malicious scripts, such as NoScript, which would prevent all of this from happening and basically make it so that while some websites might be broken, other websites aren't able to abuse their privileges and do stuff like Beef is doing now. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the networking module. When we go to commands, we can see there's an entire section dedicated to trying to explore the network that we've managed to penetrate. Let's go ahead and see if we can do a ping sweep. Go ahead and execute. And we'll also go ahead and do a port scanner and a Java version of the same thing. Now let's go ahead and go back to the details, see if we can find any new information. And it looks like so far we were only able to identify one host, that being localhost, because we are not going to be able to see other networks since we are basically connected to an internal network while we're running this demo. If you wanted to run this against somebody who was on a different network, then we would be able to scan and find more different hosts on that network by running this ping scan. But seeing as I'm running basically on a network internal to my own computer, I shouldn't be able to see anything aside from myself. That being said, I do see myself, so while these results aren't exactly beefy, they do give you an idea of what this would be able to pull if it was connected to a network that was hosted on a LAN with a whole bunch of other hosts. Beef is a terrifying example of why you should never click on a suspicious link. Even if things initially seem fine, you should be really suspicious of anything that pops up asking for permission to access a webcam or audio. Now, permissions like this are exactly how beef can escalate. So if you're, for example, on a home network, you might be redirected to a suspicious page and not even know it. So if a page suddenly starts asking for permissions and it seems a little bit off, trust your instinct and just assume that it's malicious. That's all we have for this episode of Cyber Weapons Lab. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions or need some feedback, you can check out the article on Null Byte about beef. If you have any ideas for future episodes or any comments on the show, send me a message on Twitter, because I'd love to hear from you. We'll see you next time.